I'm heading to go make the 2JZ update with Alberto, and of course I have to stop at the warehouse to pick up what he's been so eagerly anticipating, his very own Big Boost shirt. Just for clarification, Alberto's arms do not look like this.
No, this is an exact replica of his arms.
Wait, really?
Yes. No,
Dude.
He sent me a photo and he said, this is what I want to look like, and I did it perfectly. I didn't even have to add any extra definition. This is just how
This is his arm? This is just his arm,
yeah.
image traced?
He's truly the biggest boost that ever lived.
Dang, dude. He's gonna be so hyped.
Yeah, these look sick.
I'm so excited to see his reaction.
And like the back is a much bigger print than we normally do, so it looks
Tight.
really good.
Sick. I'm bringing him some sample stickers too to see what size he wants to do. He's gonna be so hyped. What is going on here on this wall? I haven't seen this before.
So that's we decided to start printing the really bad Snapchats we have of each other.
The really bad ones. Look how good.
Like that's a good one of Zach. I luckily don't have any bad ones yet.
Is this Rob with like no pants on?
A youth extra small shirt. He wears those usually.
This looks so wild. I'm so ready for the event this weekend. I'm gonna go through every single one of these tires, mark my words. I mentioned this before, but I want to give you guys one more reminder. We are giving away one of the Grip Royal LZ Collab steering wheels, and you have till Thursday at midnight to place an order on lzbmx.com and you'll be entered to win. Part of our new giveaway thing that we're trying to do. Fun, fun, fun. We should give away the mannequin next.
Yeah, let's do it.
That'd be so expensive to ship. This is my new friend Isaiah that I just met that happens to live right down the street from our warehouse. He was flying his drone, and now I have a request of you. I don't know if you can do it for me. Well, yeah, I was gonna see if you could film a shot with the drone of me leaving and then send it to me. That way I could put it in all artistic like. Alright. Sound good? Alright, yeah, no worries. You got time.
This is a Dynamite production.
I now have to stop at City Hall because some nosy neighbor walking by complained about the ramp, and by law the city has to send out inspectors when someone complains, and I guess that the dimensions of the ramp were like a foot off from what it said on the permit, so I have to go through the whole permit process again. I have to change it. So excited to be done with it. Thankfully everyone at the town hall is getting to know me and they're all super cool, but the annoying thing is I need to come back, get another permit, and then have more inspectors come out. It's just like a never-ending process. But we got the ramp, so it's all good. All right, so I made it to Mr. Big Boost himself. What's on the agenda today?
We're gonna change the oil. The car's already broken in. It had dyno time, so there might be some little bit of that metal dust, which is normal during break-in.
So we're gonna check that. We're gonna weld the springs and retainers to make the keychains. We're gonna do a 2JZ update.
Yes.
And we're gonna modify my catch can a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta modify the catch can. So the breather hole in the catch can is about 1/8 MPT, so it's like a little tiny hole, and it's not enough for the engine to breathe properly. So I'm gonna cut those off, drill it, and I'm gonna replace it with dash 10 fittings.
All right, Alberto, the moment you've been waiting so patiently for.
A small bag. I got a small bag. What's inside?
Open one up.
Wait, what size is it? Extra large. Yes, it's my size. These are not neat. Whoa!
Do you like them?
It almost looks like my arm. Let's see. I'm gonna just put like a.
Well, no. We told them that it's created exactly from your arm. Like that's a picture of your arm.
It is. Look, it's my arm. Boost.
We made you a bunch of stickers too, so you can choose what size you want, and then we'll include like 2 of them with each shirt.
Dude, these are nice.
So you just gotta pick the size, play with
They're
them.
all different sizes.
There's 3 different sizes in there. For people that don't understand, you gotta give a brief explanation about this whole Big Boost thing. What's the deal?
All right, so Big Boost happened out of the blue. Like you guys actually made it happen on that video.
Well, it was me because I slow-moed it.
Yeah, Adam, like you're the man with that thing. As I saw the Big Boost happen, it's like, wait, I should like literally make my new name Big Boost. That's awesome. I used to have Kaizen Performance before, which Kaizen means for continuous improvement, and that's how I worked. But I'm going with a Big Boost name since I had to close down my previous business for economical reasons. I spent a lot of money in the racing world, so I'm now working with CFT. So we made a contract with.
I was just pointing to the logo.
Oh, so we made a contract. I made a contract with CFT, and I'm going 50-50 in the shop. So I'm taking care of the old mechanic part of the shop, and Rollo's taking care of the sales and dyno. But now that the whole Big Boost thing happened, I can actually facilitate that I don't have to put my work as Kaizen and have CFT in the same shop. So Big Boost, I represent as an individual person. Now a Big Boost is a thing. I can actually use it for marketing different things other than just mechanic work. Also, by selling the shirts now, I can use money towards buying a better camera. I've been recording everything from my phone and editing on my work computer from Windows Movie Maker.
Which people really don't like.
I am trying with what I got.
It works, man, it works.
Yeah, I spent all this money on tools and racing parts for my car, which is still not done.
So this is the next project. After you get enough money for the camera equipment, you're gonna start working on this baby?
Yes. It's almost there. Like,
how cool would it be if we could go drifting together?
It will be the coolest thing ever. That's my goal now.
Oh, this hood's heavy.
Yeah, the shock's broke. So I had a 2JZ on this before, and then I decided that it was a lot cheaper for me right now since I already had an M3 engine. I rebuilt that and then put a turbo on it, which in the process of finishing. But since I'm like super busy at the shop, I don't really have time to work on my own personal car. So I dedicate my time to like getting Adam's cars done and all these other customers' cars, which has been waiting for a long time.
So that's cool. There's your story behind Big Boost. Very fun. The shirts will be available as soon as this video is up. I'm holding myself to that, and I'm gonna make sure I get all the product shots up in the morning so I can do that. The shirts will come with 2 stickers, and it's gonna be a little bit higher price than our average shirt, not by much. So that's just so I'm able to give more to Alberto, because I still have to make sure we cover like the labor and everyone in the warehouse. And for the same price of the shirt, I wouldn't be able to give them that much.
We have another thing that we haven't talked about that a lot of people are asking.
Oh no, what now?
How do we meet?
How did we meet? I literally just said that in yesterday's video.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Did you post it already?
Yep.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been working all day.
Shop's a little loud with the dyno going, so we're gonna change the oil on the SR first just to check and make sure everything's good. That way we can do the 2J update in a little bit once the shop gets a little quieter and you can actually hear us. There's little to none metal shavings on the plug, and it's all dark, which is just normal for the rings breaking in. Before, it had like triple the amount of metal shavings, and they were like big and colorful. Another problem we've been having with the 240 is something's up with the wiring harness, because when the ECU like tilts or moves, the car starts breaking up.
If I go this way, look, and I go this way, and then I go back.
It's always something. Marco found a bent pin in the ECU.
See, that's why I got bifocals. I can see.
That's not.
I should have filmed it.
Right there. That was great.
Now she's healthy. Now is the moment you have all been patiently waiting for, and that is the 2JZ update. For those of you that don't know, we are pulling the SR out of my 240. We just rebuilt it because it's eventually going to go in something else. And we're putting a 2JZ in it, which has been at the machine shop for a few weeks now. We got it back, we got some parts in, so we're going to go through what has been done to it, what parts are in, and just more information about the build. The most recent thing done to the 2J, Alberto painted the block. So we're going to peel the tape off and then we can go through it. It has been well protected. This looks so nice compared to the SR. So the next most logical thing would be to go over what was done at the machine shop. The cylinders were bored out to 87 millimeters from 86. I know that we have billet main caps, and as you can see, it was obviously decked. But Alberto, you know way more about what they actually did, so do you want to tell them?
First thing was to deck that block. So we're using a multi-layer steel head gaskets. You have to do a special cut, which is a fine cut, so there's like no lines in the deck. Why do I say that? We got it home with a torque plate. So the torque plate simulates the head being on the block. So it distorts the cylinders when you torque it down. So when you hone it with a torque plate, it simulates how the cylinder will be with the head on it, not without it. That way, when you put everything together, all the clearances are always right.
So these are the Titan billet main caps. Alberto says with higher horsepower applications, sometimes these will crack.
The stock main caps will crack under high horsepower loads, and with the billet main caps you have more consistent clamping force, so you don't have distortions on the main caps, and you don't spin rod, you don't spin a main bearing or anything. Doing the Titan ARP L19 main studs, so these things will hold like all the power they can throw out of the 2JZ. They have right here, there's our service ports. So normally it has a ball bearing stuck in here to plug the hole, and they take those balls off and tap it so you can clean all the oil and galleys on the block before assembly, so you make sure you have no contamination after machining, and it's always serviceable.
So pretty.
It's also been surfaced for MLS. We had it all fully clean. Valves have been reseated and cleaned.
We are using the stock valves, by the way.
Stock valves on the 2JZ are really good. There's no need to replace valves unless you want like 1,000 horsepower. We have SuperTech dual valve springs and retainers. They're 101 seat pressure. To keep it all together, we have Ferreira billet valve locks. Then we have we have SuperTech valve seals. One very important thing that we did on the head was a chimless bucket conversion. So here we have a stock chim bucket. You guys see this has a top chim in it to measure the distance from the camshaft to the valve. Then with a chimless, not only is it more lightweight, but there's only one piece construction, so the top of the chim cannot fall off. There's nothing to follow with this one, so you can rev as high as you want without destroying your head.
So how many RPMs are we talking here?
10, 11,000 if you want.
Yeah, but I thought there's something else going on with the build that limits us to like 8,500 RPMs, isn't there?
A 3.4 liter stroker kit, so you're limited to about 8,500 RPMs.
Got it. No 10,000 RPMs on this one. Sorry, guys. I think one of the next most important parts of this build and one of the most frequently asked questions is what transmission are we going to go with? The stock 2JZ transmission is like ridiculously expensive. What do they sell for, Alberto? Like
$6,000.
which is absurd for a transmission. And they're hard to find at that. So one thing that's become super popular recently is using a CDO9, which is a transmission from a 350Z. They can hold a lot of power, they're 6-speed, and we happen to have a friend who goes by the name of Brett Collins, who has a company called Collins Performance Technologies that makes a kit that's a direct bolt-on swap for a CDO9 to a 2JZ. And I'm pretty sure he makes kits for other engines. I would love to mount one up to the SR because the SR stock tranny is like terrible gearing.
You're gonna put a CDO9 on the SR?
Wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah.
That'd be so fun because it like gets rid of the problem between second and third. But anyway, so I'm gonna go over what comes in the kit so we can mount the CDO9 to the 2J. The kit that we decided to go with is the Stage 4 kit, which holds about 700 foot-pounds of torque, which translates to about 800 wheel horsepower on a 2J, which is more than enough. I don't think I'm ever gonna run that much.
Are you now?
I don't know. Depends on how big the boost is.
You're gonna get big boost later once you get used to it.
I'm gonna get the big boost. So this right here is the actual adapter plate itself.
This is a steel adapter plate, so it's like very sturdy and it will never break on you. This holds all the power. It even comes with dowel pins, so you align it properly.
And it's really pretty.
I know, it's very shiny black. For the flywheel, we have here the whole clutch and flywheel all together. There's a little chipping peanut still in there. So it's made out of billet aluminum, which is a very lightweight flywheel. Also, you can see it's concave, so you have the proper alignment for the starter and to make up for the thickness of the plate. So it has to push the clutch forward a little bit, and it's all completely balanced. You then have this cool little like laser etching Collins logo, which is really cool.
And well, isn't the cool thing about it too that you don't have to mill the bell housing?
Yes, that's very handy because it requires no prep work. It's just straight through bolt-on installation, which saves you a lot of time, and it's easy to install.
Now, is it the bell housing from the CDO9 or is the bell housing from the transmission that came with the 2J?
With this kit, we're gonna use the bell housing from the CDO9.
Got it.
There's also another kit available which uses the bell housing from the 2JZ automatic transmission, which minimizes the bell housing size, so you don't have to like bang your firewall that much. For the clutch, we have a ACT 2600 pound pressure plate, which holds about 700 pounds of torque. It comes with a 6-spot ceramic sprung disc, which also it's really good, handles a lot of torque, handles clutch kicking often, so you don't be slipping at the track.
But with the amount of power that we're putting down, we should never have to clutch kick, right?
Less clutch kicking.
I'm just kidding. I know. I'm kidding. These are the motor mounts.
I believe these use the stock bushings or any aftermarket bushings for the SR. So you just bolt this right up to the 2J and use your current bushings and will line up. One piece steel construction transmission mount. I think it already comes. Yeah, it comes with a bushing already installed. So yeah, this also will handle a lot of torque and won't break on your oil twist. Comes with a hardware box, so there should be ARP flywheel bolts in here that we have a new alignment tool for it.
And then in this big box back here, we have the drive shaft. Should we open it?
Let's open it.
Let's open it.
With the kit, we have a one-piece steel drive shaft for it. There are two options when you order your drive shaft. Either you have an ABS differential or a non-ABS that will determine the length of the drive shaft, so you gotta make sure you specify which differential you have on the car so you get the proper drive shaft for your application.
Brett's a really awesome guy and he helped us out a ton with this kit. There's so much information and there's so much in the kit that if any of it is confusing, I will put the link in the description to the exact kit that we are going with for the 2J. I also know from the comments that there are a few of you guys that are pursuing very, very similar builds right now. So I asked Brett if he could give me a code to give you guys, and if you type in Adam LZ, which I'll put in text and in the description, it'll give you 5% off if you want to pick up a kit too. But I'm super hyped on it. I can't wait to have a 6-speed and bang through gears. Check out Colin's Garage on YouTube and on Instagram. Brett's rad and his kits are really rad too. The next most exciting thing of the build is going to be the stroker kit. Now, if you don't know, the 2JZ stock is 3-liter displacement, and we're going all the way to 3.4 with the BC Brian Crower stroker kit.
These are H-beam rods, same as the other one. These are a little bit beefier, and these come with 615H ARP bolts. So these rods will actually hold about 250 horsepower per rod.
Per rod, and we have 6 of them.
Yeah.
Damn.
About 1800 horsepower.
Damn.
Brian Crower forged crankshaft. This one in particular is the lightweight version, so they shave 8 pounds more than the regular one. So you have like less rotating mass. This is a 94mm crankshaft.
And 8 pounds of rotating mass is like a lot. That's a big deal.
Plus you have an aluminum flywheel too.
This thing's gonna be so rev happy.
Then on top of that, they have the billet oil pump collar. So you don't have to remove the old one from the old crankshaft, and then this one also holds a lot more RPM and vibration without cracking.
It's the pretty part, the pistons. Whoa, these look fancy. Why do they have these etches in them, Alberto?
The etches? What do you mean?
Like, what are these marks for?
Those are valve grooves. So the valve grooves and the pistons allow you to run higher lift cams. So the valve actually goes all the way into the piston for more flow. Yes, and those are custom made just for you.
What do you mean, just for me?
They are custom made just for you.
Just for me?
Yep. They made them to order. These are tailored pistons just for you.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Remember, you have to get them expedited to get them within a week.
Oh yeah.
So they made them when we ordered.
We got them within a week so we could...
9.5 compression ratio, valve grooves.
Brian Crower makes the 3.4 kit that all the FD guys run on their cars, and as you can tell already from the parts in this build, we're not cutting corners. We're trying to do everything right and build this engine way above and beyond what I'll need for it. This thing's gonna be insane.
I know, I can drive it.
Sure.
Awesome. I can't wait to drive your car now.
We almost forgot about the BC cams, just like we have in the SR.
These ones are actually 272, so you have a nice sloping.
We're gonna leave the camshaft inside the package, and we'll show it to you guys more when we start putting the engine together. You guys have probably heard of a local shop called Titan that builds a lot of crazy Supras and 2JZs. We use their main caps on the block, and we also have some other Titan parts. First off, of course, we have a pretty Titan cam gear, and now since my engine's VVTi, we only really have one, since the other one's a VVTi one, right?
Yeah, that one's adjustable, and then this one, the reason why we're going with the Titan one, is the best one on the market. It has 6 bolts retaining the cam face to the gear.
These things.
Yeah, there's other setups that you have slippage and then you jump timing with it.
Because some other ones only have like 3 of these bolts.
Yeah. The Titan Motorsports billet timing belt tensioner bracket. The stock timing tensioner bracket is made out of aluminum and it breaks under high loads, and you don't want that because you can literally destroy your valve train because of it. So here's another thing we're using from Titan. This is an ARP Titan Motorsports crankshaft bolt, so it holds the harmonic dampener in place under all circumstances. We're also using an ATI super damper with this kit to keep everything harmonically balanced.
A couple of you guys were asking why we didn't use this on the SR build. I guess it just really isn't necessary with the SR. At least for the power levels that we went with. This thing is super pretty.
Oh, nice, isn't it nice?
I know.
And it won't vibrate.
So how does it work?
So instead of being like a piece of rubber inside, it has different components inside, so it keeps the engine balanced and absorbs vibrations, but it's mechanically designed so it can't fall off like the stock one. If the rubber becomes brittle or cracks, your damper pulley will fall off. With the ATA Super Damper, that will never happen. Last but not least from the Titan parts is their modified oil pump. This one has a ported housing, and they modify the spring pressure to provide optimum oiling under all circumstances. This is the best thing you could do before going dry sump.
We'll go through the other stuff really fast because I don't want to bore you guys. We've got a Cometic head gasket. We've got an OEM gasket kit for all the other stuff. ACL bearings.
OEM pulleys, another pulley, hoses. We have truss washer from the bearings. This is ACL, part of the ACL race bearing kits. We have Gates timing belt, which is made out of Kevlar reinforced fiber.
Apparently having the blue one's like a big deal because they're hard to get. And we got a blue one. That's what they were saying.
Really?
Yeah, they like ran out of blue ones.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, this is literally the last blue one.
Oh, cool. Then you should feel special then.
Yeah, I know. I feel very special.
We also have Titan Motorsports L19 series head studs. This will hold all the power that you throw at them.
And then we also have Drift Motion aluminum pulleys, just to dress up the engine. I learned my lesson about filming welding last time because I'm pretty sure I ruined the sensor of my camera. I don't know if you guys can tell, comment below if you can, but I'm actually filming on a new camera. It's the same one that I filmed on before, but I just wanted to start with something fresh just to hopefully avoid all the audio and video issues I was having. I have a warranty on the other one, but it's like one of the crappy Amazon warranties, so it's gonna take like probably a couple months to get another one. So Alberto made this hole bigger in there, and to do that, he basically took it off, grinded it out, and since it wouldn't thread back in, he just welded it on there. That way the engine can breathe better. So what's next, Alberto? Starting to put together the 2J?
Yeah.
You wanna do that now, or?
No, I wanna go home.
We weren't planning on doing it, that was just a joke.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start assembly on the 2J next week. We're not really in a rush right now, we're still waiting on some parts, so. We definitely have enough to start putting the engine together though, which will be a fun thing.
Can we put together mine too, JC?
What else do you need?
Everything. I don't have a rotation assembly. It's hollow. But it's a 2J.
It's hollow. Hollow squad, where you at?
Hello in there. Even has an echo.
Honey, I'm home. Yay. I totally forgot to mention that since it started getting kind of late, we decided we weren't gonna weld the springs and retainers tonight. We're gonna do them later this week though, I promise. I'm sorry it's been taking so long. Look how great of a wife Nicole is. Not only did she prepare this feast, today she missed the UPS guy that came to deliver my new camera, so she chased him down through 3 neighborhoods in her rental Mini Cooper, red lines, smoking tires the entire time, caught him, and retrieved my camera. So I have a brand new camera. I'm super excited, but I don't know if I'm gonna tell you guys what it is in this video. I might wait until I can actually use it because it's, let's just say it's not gonna be the best for this purpose right now until I get my other lens. I'm hyped on my Red Lobster rolls.
Thanks. It was supposed to make 10, but it only made 7.
Yeah, but there's 7 big lobster rolls. Did you make them because I said how much I love lobsters when your face was all red?
Yeah.
You were a red
I
lobster.
saw Marcel today.
Are these your rolls? You what?
I saw Marcel at Publix.
Oh, how cute.
And I met Christian at Panera when I was tutoring.
Who's that?
My biggest fan.
Oh. Alright, so even though I didn't have the right lens that I would use for like a normal vlog style clip, I couldn't resist trying out the new camera setup. I still don't want to tell you what it is, but I can tell you this lens and this setup right now is main purpose for the BMX stuff. I don't know if the camera's capabilities are really going to be highlighted indoors, although my normal fisheye I feel like would have a lot more grain than this one probably has right now, but I can't see because I don't have a flip out screen like my other camera. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the 2J update. I know there was a lot of information, but a lot of it was like really important to cover. Drift event this weekend, then next weekend hopefully start building the 2J.
Like the video if you're excited for the 2J. It's gonna go